guys.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to show you how to set up a haul bag. Now this is the way how I prefer to set up my haul bag for hauling, and I'm also going to show you how to dock it on an anchor. It's probably about the same as other people. I've looked online and seen some other videos. And it's probably about the same setup as they have it. There may be one or two things different with knots I like to tie or whatnot. But I'm going to show you how I set it up as part of my Big Wall series. This is my haul bag that I have with me, a black diamond. It's the big one. They make 3 sizes. This is the biggest one. Yeah, I'm just going to show you how to do it. All right, so Black Diamond makes their haul bag set up with 2 of the same size haul straps. I'll rotate it to the side. 2 of the same size haul straps. If you have a Metolius bag, they often come with offset straps, but this is how you set it up for a Black Diamond haul bag. All right, so first thing we got to talk about our materials. What I like to do is I use a triple action locking carabiner. In this case, I have a magnetron, but there's another triple action locker that I'll use too by Idelrid. It just has a bit of a bigger basket right here. The really big magnetrons are also not bad to use for this, but it kind of is personal preference. And also doesn't really matter too much. All right, so I grab both the straps, clip in the locker. Another thing I have here is a swivel. At least I'm pretty sure that's what this is called. And it just allows the bag to spin around on the rope without twisting up the rope. So I clip one side into there. Another thing I have with me for my haul bag is what we call the docking cord. I think this is 15 feet. It's maybe a little on the long side for this, but actually no, it's just about right. 15 feet folded in half with a figure 8. And so that I will also clip into my locker. And I kind of like setting it up so that way it goes in first before the swivel. Because when it's being hauled, it's going to be set up like this. And then I have the cord on the side. This is 7mm cord. I made it beefy because it'll get scratched up a lot along the wall. And then I can pick this up and it becomes what holds the bag. So that way we can retrieve the traction device and everything. Okay, so for the rope, we usually use static rope for hauling. And so what I'm going to do is, some people tie a figure 8 on a bite and clip this in with another locker, but that is kind of a waste of a locker in my eyes because we already have one here. And so I just tie into the rope, and I'm sure a lot of people do it that way. One thing I will also do is I have a Pepsi, I think this was Pepsi, yeah. 2-liter Pepsi bottle that's cut out and it has some cord right here. This is just cord I had laying around. It's 4mm. It's a little bit thicker than what I would use for this, but it's just what I had lying around, so whatever. And I'm going to pass this rope through the top. Just let that go down. And then I'm going to tie into my swivel. The knot that I prefer to tie in is kind of, it's a little bit different than what other people do. I like to use a double bowline, so I have 2 wraps in there. I have a whole video on bowlines too if you want to see this more in depth. There you go, so there's my, let's tighten it down a bit more. There you go, so there's my double bowline. And then I'm going to take the end and I'm going to wrap it around in what is considered a Yosemite finish. Because I have that little loop, other people will go straight up through. But because of this extra twist, it's a Yosemite finish. So this knot's ready to go on its own, but the reason why I have so much tail is because I like to add another finishing knot up top. And there we have it. And notice that finishing knot is right above the actual knot, so that way it can actually do its purpose. But this is the knot that I prefer to haul with because bowlines are really easy to untie after they've been weighted for a super long time. Okay, so now that I have my knot tied, I'll grab my knot protector. And it's set up so that way, if I fold this down, it just acts as a barrier between the knot and the wall. This little string that I have hooked up into my knot protector, I can just tie in to the swivel. It doesn't have to be the most complicated knot in the world, just something that'll hold it in place. I didn't really give myself enough rope when I tied this knot, but Just anything will work just to keep this where we want it to stay. And then as it's dragging up through the wall, just rubs against this. I see a lot of people making these things smaller, like cutting it about there. I like to have it really long to maybe even cover up this thing while it's being hauled. And there we have it. A haul bag is ready to start hauling. Okay, so now we have the haul bag hooked up to the ladder anchor. Keep in mind that I don't have any of the rope stacked and I'm not clipped in myself. It's literally just my haul bag on my anchor, and that's, you know, to keep things simplistic. I'm going to have a separate video on actually how to haul and the different hauling techniques, but for now this is just how I set up my haul bag and dock the bag. And so now that I'm here, let's say I had my Jumar on and I was pulling this up, and then now I'm stopping about a few inches from my anchor. So now I'm going to pull out my docking tether. I do need a locking carabiner for this. Just throw that one in. I'll clip it on the left side for being easy to see. Now some people, well, you start by tying a Munter hitch here, whatever way you want to tie it. So the Munter hitch is old news, everyone knows what that's all about. And the idea with that is after you release the haul bag, you can just, or when the haul bag's ready to be hauled up for the next pitch, you can release the whatever the tie-off knot is and then actually lower the bag out onto the haul line as it goes up. It's a basic load transfer. You see it in crevasse rescue and rock rescue everywhere you go. The difference here with me, and for some reason everyone is doing this, where they separate the two lines and then go back and forth in a cross hatch sort of pattern all the way down about 6 or 7 times before tying off in a square knot. Me personally, I'm really lazy, so I'm just going to tie it off with a mule knot. Here we go. And then around. Munter mule overhand. Because you just don't have to do the crosshatch thing. I don't understand, well, I do know where that came from, but I just think it's kind of unnecessary when you have the whole mule knot here. And then other people like to have another sling, a double length sling is the usual amount to safety the haul line. But really this whole system doesn't need to be safetied. So I personally don't safety it. I just leave it as is, and it's never really been a problem. Sometimes when I'm super nervous, like if I'm there all night, then yeah, it's nice to have a little extra sling going on just in case. But if I'm just going to climb the next pitch and then haul this bag up, I'm not going to bother safetying it. But that's just because I'm a nervous Nelly anyway. There's no need to back up this setup. This is a official closure, and in all the rock rescue scenarios, we leave full human body weight on just this setup. So there's no reason why we can't leave our haul bag on this exact setup. At this point, the haul bag is still tight on the haul line. I know it's kind of hard to visualize here, but it is. The idea is that it's tight on the haul line. So you gotta take out your Jumar, hook it on the rope, clip that to your belay loop, and then you just stand up a little bit and then pull, weight this a little bit, not all the way, and then that way you can release your micro traction, ease back on, and you can see how now this line is completely loose and my haul bag is on the docking cord. Then at this point I can retrieve everything. I can keep this where it's at and grab the other end, load up my micro traction, and I'm ready to lead off on the next pitch after doing a bunch of other stuff at the anchor. All right guys, so that's my personal take on how I set up my haul bag and how I dock it at the station. It's mostly the same as just about what everyone else does, with just a few differences here and there that are more or less my personal preference. If you like my video, then feel free to subscribe. If you want to support me, I have a Patreon account in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video.